Hello and welcome to Dateline Lagos on Channels Television. I'm Ayotunde Balogun. Coming up on the program, Governor Sanwo-Olu commissions Phase 1 of Lekki-Epe Expressway, State Government holds Cooperative Federation Festival, and Governor Sanwo-Olu attends 2023 Population and Housing Census Summit. Let's get started with road project, where the first phase of the reconstruction and upgrading of the Etiosa Lekki-Epe Expressway has now been completed and delivered, with the infrastructure formally opened to vehicular traffic. During the project commissioning, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu says the development marks another effort by his administration at investing in infrastructure that will impact positively on the socio-economic well-being of the residents. Take a look.
The Etiosa Lekki-Epe Expressway was originally constructed over 40 years ago, from Victoria Island to Ekpe Junction, adopting a rural road cross-section without drains. It's a new story for the people living within the environs. The administration of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has rehabilitated the first phase of the highway to a 6-lane carriageway, which is 18.75 kilometers long, stretching from Eleko to Ekpe Junction. Governor Sanwo-Olu, his deputy Kadiri Hamzat, traditional rulers, residents are all here for the commissioning of the road. The special advisor and works on infrastructure, who's overseen all road projects, gives a breakdown of the rehabilitated road.
This development marks another great effort of the Governor Sanwo-Olu's administration at investing in infrastructure that will impact positively on the socio-economic well-being of its citizenry. As you're well aware, the Etiosa Lekki-Epe Expressway was a road that was constructed well over 40 years ago. And then when it was designed as a rural road with no drains, just allowing for chutes to be able to allow runoff on the roadway to percolate into the ground. However, in the face of population growth, massive construction activities, sand dredging, and exponentially increased vehicular traffic volumes, there has been immense pressure on the roadway, resulting in attendant damage on the flexible pavement, coupled with reduced roadway width. In the year 2020, the situation was so deplorable that with the bad portions of the road, a journey of 35 minutes could take as long as 5 hours. Unfortunately, the palliative measures deployed over time also did not yield the desired results, as the underlying base causing the failure of the pavement due to drainage-related issues was not addressed. The exercise of repairs, which gave temporary relief when done, usually had a short lifespan, got a lot of money and was no longer sustainable. Hence, the need for a more permanent solution to address, 1, the issue of the drainages, and 2, the outfalls, as well as the excess axle loadings of the flexible pavement. Indeed, this administration, I dare to say, has made bold steps in this direction. It's in the record of this administration that the greatest number of roads in rigid concrete pavement has only happened in this administration. This 18.75 kilometers in rigid concrete pavement is also similar to what you have at Obashekumade. It's similar to what you have in parts of Ikorodu Road. It's also similar to what you have in various places in Bumamara, as well as the old Ojo Road. The government has not shied away in finding a lasting solution to our pavement failures. In January 2021, work started on the worst segment of the Etiosa Lekki Expressway, that is from Ekpe to Eleko Junction, a distance of 18.75 kilometers. Today, the narratives of the harrowing experience of commuters and motorists on this stretch has changed. Not only have we fixed the stretch from Eleko to Ekpe Junction, we have also upgraded the road with outfalls, with pavements in rigid concrete, and with introduction of additional lane dedicated for heavy axle loadings and the trucks. This is in anticipation of the upsurge in the volumes of traffic, ADT volumes, that will come from the Lekki Deep Sea Port, the refinery, and other businesses around the Lekki Free Trade Zone corridor.
Representatives of the Ibeju-Lekki axis applaud the state government for fixing the road.
The commissioning of this Lekki-Epe road be the phase 1 of the Lekki-Epe Expressway by His Excellency, Mr. Babajide Olushola Sanwo-Olu, the Executive Governor of Lagos State, is a blessing to this local government and its people, and a further confirmation that we are not forgotten in this axis. Our people are grateful to Mr. Governor and his team for the restoration and expansion of this road at a record time, as it has become a boom to the social and economic lives on this corridor. Mobility of humans and other economic agents has become much more enhanced and a lot less tedious. The strategic importance of this road to the people of Epe and Ibeju-Lekki cannot be overemphasized. We are a people with common history and an age-long interaction. The reconstruction of this road has come to further strengthen that historical bond of interaction between the two local governments. We thank Mr. Governor for this world-class infrastructure.
When the construction of the deep sea port commenced, I was thinking it would be one of those projects that would take a decade. But you completed it in a record time of less than 3 years. To us, that project alone, sir, has actually transformed Ibeju-Lekki. The ocean economy of Ibeju-Lekki has actually skyrocketed. Properties has actually increased in value along the axis. And I'm very happy that you didn't just put these projects in Ibeju-Lekki, you're actually planning for the infrastructure that will not make Ibeju-Lekki turn to another Apapa.
The contractor in charge of the road project seeks the people's cooperation and assures of timely completion.
Today we come to bear witness once again to the power of ideas and visionary leadership. So we're both commissioning phase 1, and actually we're not really flagging off phase 2, because as we're going back to the mainland, we realize that we've already completed 10 kilometers on the right-hand side of the road. So it's basically not a flag off, it's an inspection, Excellency. 2 years ago, most of us present here witnessed the flag off and reconstruction of Lekki-Epe highway. Here we are celebrating its completion, a promise made, a promise fulfilled. As I give this speech, I feel a bit conflicted. Being the contractor, I'm proud of what we have achieved and grateful for the massive trust and cooperation granted by the government of Lagos State and our supervisory agency, Ministry of Works and Infrastructure. And as a citizen of Lagos, I feel lucky to witness this life-impacting project that is simply transformational. The road is still long, but we're fully on track.
Governor Sanwo-Olu says the second phase of the project will be done in 2 segments to reduce the impact of the traffic congestion on commuters.
This is one of the best newly constructed rigid pavement roads that you can be proud of. And why so? It's because we believe you deserve it. Because we believe our citizens on this corridor deserve the very best. We cannot shortchange you. You don't deserve our measures. You deserve the very, very best and the best in class. And that's why we're happy that you are also happy with the retinue of our traditional institutions that are here, with the compliments of all our religious leaders that are here, with the compliments of all our community leaders, our political leaders that are here, that you have come to confirm and validate our decision to build this road. And because you know that we're a listening government, and the fact that you cry to us is not because you just want to be a complainer, because you believe we can do it. And you said to us, we should continue with the phase 2 of it. And you can see that the phase 2 also has started. And the phase 2 is not just reconstruction, it's also widening into 6 lanes. What more can be referred to as the real dividends of democracy? What more can be referred to as a government that is forward-looking, that is transparent, that is committed to the upliftment of better life for its citizens? And we're not just joking about it, we're saying let's do the right thing so that we can receive the full benefit of doing the right thing. And so, in March 11, we'll also be doing similar election for the governorship and for the House of Assembly. I stand here humbled that we are continuing to serve you with every fiber that we have, with every sincerity that we have, with every commitment that we have, with every intelligence and ability that we have.
then inaugurates the completed project and flags off the second phase of the road construction spanning from Eleko Axis to Abraham Adesoya roundabout.
Away from infrastructure development, the administration of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu says it will continue to support the growth of cooperative societies in order for them to continue to thrive, raise the socio-economic status of their members, and create more employment opportunities in the state. Now, the State Deputy Governor, Quadri Hamzat, made this known at the Lagos Cooperative Federation Festival, Agidingbi, Ikeja.
The Lagos State Deputy Governor, Quadri Hamzat, makes his way to the venue of the Lagos Cooperative Federation Festival, Blue Roof, Agidingbi, Ikeja, to witness the maiden edition of the ceremony. It's an opportunity for the state cooperative members to display their products. The state government has over time supported the affairs of cooperative societies in Lagos, and the Commissioner for Commerce, Industry and Cooperatives commend the group for their contribution to the economic landscape of Lagos.
Cooperatives, by their nature, are people-oriented, bringing together those with a common bond to leverage on the strength of the group and synergize their inherent skills to achieve set objectives and goals, thereby impacting on the lives of members to improve the quality of life and provide succor in trying times. Cooperatives have great relevance in modern-day society, and their relevance cannot be undermined by way of their contribution to societal and economic values. They identify economic opportunities available to their members, empower them by sustaining and boosting in real terms the value of funds held in trust and provision of financial security needed, which in turn increases the financial capability to generate income and sustain economic activities. The Ministry of Commerce, Industry and Cooperatives has been at the forefront of ensuring appropriate sensitization, which has brought about necessary synergy within the cooperative movement in the state. The success of any cooperatives also depends on the nature and quality of the development that takes place within it. All of these can be attributed to the quality of the leadership. They are also expected to meet regularly, reappraise the business, plug any area of weakness, arrest any leakages, and ensure adequate control of the operations of the business. These, of course, are to be done in collaboration and agreement of the members at large. On this note, I commend the leadership of the cooperative movement in the state for this laudable initiative to project success of the movement and being proactive as showcasing their achievements into the consciousness of Lagosians. The ministry is always ready to render all necessary assistance to sustain the tempo of development within the movement so that its place of pride as the most dynamic movement in the Federation is maintained.
Leader of the cooperative societies uses the opportunity to request for low-interest lending fund for its members.
Today is set aside by Lagos State to actually celebrate ourselves, to actually celebrate cooperative in Lagos State. We want to use this opportunity to review what we have been doing before today, and at the same time, we preview what is the next for us to do. Let me say, as a two-term president of Lagos State Cooperative Federation, with the exposure I have gotten all over Nigeria in cooperative, and of course, now in the whole of Africa, I want to say that you cooperators of Lagos State, you are the best. To our government in Lagos State, the Deputy Governor, sir, let me also, on behalf of the cooperators of Lagos State, and by extension, that of Nigeria, appreciate the government for what they have been doing for us. In Lagos State, I listened to the address of the president. He was talking of 5 billion naira as on lending to cooperators in Lagos State. Sir, is a fund that can only produce a lot of effect on the citizens and the economy of Lagos State. And in Cooperative, you want to believe us, if we can judiciously manage our own fund, then I want you to believe and take us on the honor of the more than 2 million cooperators in Lagos State. That if any money is given to us, we are going to use it judiciously. And another thing about the money we are requesting for, it's not a free money. It's a money that we can just use for a period of 2 or 3 years. And the total money will be back to the cover of Lagos State.
The Deputy Governor addresses the issue of lending funds and assures them of more support in order to grow their business.
So we will continue to support the growth of cooperative society in Lagos State so that they can continue to thrive, raise the socio-economic status of members, create employment opportunities, and complement government efforts aimed at eradicating poverty and generally improve the welfare of our people. When your president was talking, Barrister Shobule, he has requested for the sum of 5 billion revolving fund to be loaned to cooperatives. I can tell you that I fully support that thinking. So while I congratulate the organization, all the cooperators in Lagos for this festival, I would like to also tell you that it is important that we also do what we need to do. A lot of people have spoken about it, and I'm happy that your president has also endorsed our presidential candidate, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and his running mate, Senator Kazim Shettima. So the only way we can guarantee success, peace, and progress for our children, for our grandchildren, is to make sure we sustain continuity in Lagos and put in a well-thinking group at the federal. Honorable Bisi Yusuf mentioned that there's a need for a commission. We will look at it. I'm happy he's a member of the House. We will certainly look at it and look at the merits. So we listen to you because he said you all decided yesterday. That's what we want.
Cooperative societies have assured the state government of its continuous support and also add to the economic growth of Lagos State.
Ahead of this year's population and housing census in the month of April, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has appealed to residents to participate fully in the exercise. Governor Sanwo-Olu made the appeal at the Stakeholders Summit on the 2023 Population and Housing Census held at the Adeyemi Borough Auditorium in Alausa, Ikeja.
It's a Stakeholders Summit on 2023 Population and Housing Census organized by the National Population Commission in Lagos State. NPC officials, State Government Committee on Census, White Cap Chiefs, and other stakeholders converge on Alausa, Ikeja for the census exercise. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu and his deputy, Mr. Kadri Hamzat, arrive at the venue to take part in the discussion.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I crave your indulgence that we will start off this event.
The state government reiterates the importance of the 2023 census, which will also help in the planning of a greater Lagos.
Let me remind our stakeholders here present that the last general census in our country was held in 2006. And as we all remember, the figures generated in Lagos was fraught with irregularities and some controversies emerged. Fortunately, 2023 presents us with another opportunity for National Population and Housing Census. Kindly let me remind you that part of the theme's agenda of the administration of Mr. Babajide Olusola Sanwo-Olu speaks to making Lagos a 21st century economy and a smart city that can be compared to developed nations of the world. The importance of the 2023 population and housing census is underscored by the success of this census. Census is life. Census is oxygen. It will aid in the planning and demographics of the incoming administration for a greater Lagos.
Chairman of the National Population Commission urges Lagos residents to remain in the state during the exercise in order to utilize the data generated for growth and development of Lagos State.
We're collecting data that will be useful for all the sectors of the economy, for the development of this country. And without missing words, I like to say that all Lagosians, all residents of Lagos, please stay in Lagos and be counted. It is very important. Because we need these statistics for Mr. Governor to plan for further development of this Lagos state. Lagos is the center of excellence, and all states will key in the process of planning for the development of this country. I'd like to thank you all for giving me the opportunity to come over here and participate in this summit. We can't count people unless we inform them, we enlighten them, we educate them to come out and be counted.
The same message is also echoed by the traditional ruler of Oniru land, Oba Amogbola Lawal.
Government makes policies based on accurate data. Accurate data helps government create the best fits, the best intervention that is fit for its citizens. However, research has shown that globally, national governments do not often share the data of national census with subnational governments. It is on this note that I want to appeal to the national chairman of NPC and the entire directorate and to every one of us that data is very important. 2006 data you are yet to share with us. So 2023 data, I want to appeal on behalf of all the community leaders, the traditional institutions that share the data with the state so that they can use the data for national planning and state planning.
Governor Sanwo-Olu calls for increased awareness of the exercise to ensure that residents participate fully in the 2023 population and housing census.
Knowing exactly how many we are in Nigeria and in each state is a basic fundamental that must be in place for proper economic growth and prosperity. We're all familiar with the saying that if you fail to plan, then you are planning to fail. We cannot plan adequately for the future without processing accurate data that shows today's pattern and tomorrow's trend. Let me at this juncture thank very, very warmly the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, for hosting the National Stakeholder Summit for the 2023 National Population and House Census in August 2021, which set a stage for other stakeholders summits being organized at subnational levels like ours. The President's commitment to a successful census exercise has never been in doubt, and here in Lagos, we're inspired by his march of commitments. Let me again assure the National Population Commission of the state's full support and commitment of our government towards a successful exercise. To this end, in addition to the technical committee that I set up last year and which has been working hard since then, I have directed the setting up of 5 additional committees in line with the National Population Commission strategy and vision. These committees include the Census Advisory Committee, the Census Logistics Committee, the Census Publicity and Advocacy Committee, the Census Security Committee, and the Census Monitoring Group. The details will be worked out with the ministry and with the Lagos State Office of the National Population. If you are not there, you can write to them that you want to be a volunteer. I want to serve in those committees. Tell me and I will tell them that you want to voluntarily serve, because in this committee you believe that you will do a lot more job for us. I want to strongly appeal to all Lagosians to participate fully in this exercise by cooperating with MPC officials and our various community leaders in the series of activities that are lined up towards the 2023 population and housing census.
Yes, you heard, he's not just...
Governor Sanwo-Olu also launched the 2023 Census Implementation and Strategy Plan and announced the setting up of 5 additional committees in line with the National Population Commission strategy.
So that's the program for the week. As always, thank you so much for watching. I'm Ayotunde Balogun. Until we come your way again next time, remember, please stay safe and bye for now.